Welcome, Taurus, to your Taurus November 2020 tarot reading and forecast. It's great to see the subscribers back again. I'm sending lots of love and energy towards you. Do you know, if you want to have a personal clairvoyant reading with me, then just check out the information that's in the description box. Now, this month, I'm going to use for you, for your Taurus November 2020 reading, a deck which is miniature painting. It's by a Russian guy, Yuri Shakov, who... he died back in the 80s, I think, and it really is quite a good example of miniature painting, but of course it's been blown up a little bit in these cards here. I'm going to take 5 cards and we shall have a look at them. There's the Knight of Cups. What's this? The 3 of Cups. You seem to have come out. The Ace of Coins. Let's see what else there is. Gee, they feel good, I must say. These cards were a gift. There is a saying that you should never buy your own cards, and so I don't. I am blessed, though, with clients who provide me with the wonderful gifts of playing cards and tarot cards. That was the 2 of Coins, incidentally, and there's the Magician. Right, come and have a look at the quite interesting imagery on these cards while I do the reading for you. Now, next month's reading will be published on the 11th of November at 2 p.m. US Eastern Time. And let's have, look, this is really auspicious. You've got the Magician and the Ace of Coins here together. Great for you, Taurus. Now, let's have a look at this Magician first, shall we? Well, as is common in very many depictions of the Magician, he has all the suits there. There's the coin, there's the cup that he's putting a coin into. He's holding a wand and a winged lemonscape, which is the infinity symbol, is flying above him. Now, in Tarot, the Fool is nothingness, is beyond the 3 veils of negative existence into that point where there is no space, no time, just nothingness. Whereas here we have a manifestation into matter, I suppose, where there is infinite possibility ahead of you. This is the magus of power, and Mercury is the planet around him, in my estimation here, and the element around him is gold. Now, I think that this is talking about playful dealings with all possible forms of communication, flexibility, brilliance, action, power, manifestation of ideas and desires. Your willpower is going to be very, very strong during this period. And I have to say, I think you might be something of a smooth talker. You will have the gift of the gab. I think there may be some desire for you to pursue self-employment in some form or other. This is a time to create something in your life and bring it into fruition. That is, what is it that you wish to do? But make sure you have a particular action plan in place there, because this strong desire to begin something new is of no use unless you have a step-by-step, reasonable, achievable plan of attack to get about it, something. This energy is about manifesting your goals by using the things which you already have at hand. Focus on a specific goal. Don't scatter your energy, and have good motives and intentions, and things are going to happen for you. Yep. Fantastic, the Magician. There's a very strong energy associated with it. What word compares to your unending universe of love? Oh, plant your word in the chalice of my heart, and I will bear you children that shall walk the pathways of the stars, and shall know the Father that begat them. Now, I think it's the case that you have at your disposal at this time brilliant capabilities which you should share with other people. Now, one important task is to find or create the proper surroundings for your activities. In what areas lie your talents? With what methods and in what surroundings can you pass them on or share them? You're going to have a great sense of timing and flexibility in all aspects of communication. I think you could be very gifted in artistic fields. Now, that just isn't about music or visual arts or theatre or or film or things like that, but it can also extend to things around the home, around the garden, and even to fashion and beauty. Certainly you're going to be able to look behind other people's words and find out their communication patterns. This is really about strong communication ability here for you this month. Fantastic. Now, here is beside it the Ace of Coins. So what does this have to say to us? Well, this has so much of you in it at this time. It's unbelievable, because I think that you are all over this card, and I think that also Gemini and Aries may well be important to you as well. This is the root of the powers of the earth. So this is also talking about the beginning of something that's tangible, prosperity and growth, material abundance, improving finances, possibly a promotion or a pay rise, Certainly just plain good luck is going to be around you. It may well be that you get some unexpected gift, whether it be of money or something else, but something of value that is coming to you. And you're going to have a deep well of grounded, practical, organizational ability for probably the rest of the year. Now, the aces represent new beginnings and opportunities, and in the suit of coins, it relates to work projects or a new business. But look, there's a lot of nature in this card, the colors of nature, rather. And it could well be that you have a real desire to be in nature or start to learn something from nature itself. This Ace of Coins mirrors your readiness to live a life that is inwardly and outwardly rich. All that is needed is already at hand, as this magician has told you. Give yourself up to the fullness of life and learn to use your wings. In what areas of your life would you like to make richer? Work intensively on discovering and developing your potential, your inner wealth. Remain open for every form of enrichment in your life. And say to yourself, I am in harmony with the flow of nature. Wealth is my natural condition. It allows me to express my spirituality and creative potential in this world. Now, there's something else which is coming through, and it's as a result of the union of these two cards, this magician, this Ace of Coins together, and it is this. There is nothing you cannot be, there is nothing you cannot do, there is nothing you cannot have. You are the most magnificent, the most remarkable, the most splendid being God has ever created. For who could reject such wondrous magnificence? But you do not know who you are, and you think you are a great deal less. You are your own rule maker, and you are the only one who can assess how you are doing. All you see in the world is your idea about it. Life will take off for you when you choose for it to. An idea becomes a thought becomes a word. Say it out loud, words have power and they echo all throughout eternity. A word becomes an action, and if you are going to do it, then start and go all the way. Do it, do it, do it. Seize the opportunity before you, rejoice in it, and let no power on earth take it from you. Now, I think that what's going to happen next is that someone is around here in your life, and I'm getting Pisces around it. I'm also getting Aquarius around it. Could well be a man, but as a court card, of course, they are interchangeable as to gender, but I'm going to refer to it as a he because it is described as the Knight of Cups. Now, I think that this is a man with commitment issues, amiable but kind of passive, attracted to excitement, someone who takes on an unsustainable enthusiasm for things, sensitive but shallow. He's mostly passive, I suppose, with the qualities of Venus or of a weak Jupiter. He's amiable in a passive way, but he is on the whole so superficial that it's hard to reach his depths. His name is written in water. He is the Lord of waves and water, the King of the hosts of the sea. Now, this is someone who, you might notice them, can tend to mismanage their affairs, and without luck, their career can be an unbroken record of failure. And often, their mental civil wars lead to substance abuse, or the use of stimulants, narcotics, which could bring about some sort of an episode. Now, at best, he's loving and generous, supportive and tender, and can be capable of quite high spiritual achievement, incidentally, because this horse is riding over this barren area here. Now, the lesbian and gay members of the audience will make the necessary adjustment, but this is a man who likes the opposite sex, and the opposite sex likes him. He's very charming, but not necessarily all that deep. He can be ruled by emotions, not very practical, and very often he'll try to flatter you rather than pay their share of the expenses. Somebody who is often intensely insecure and needing reassurance. And at worst, he can be unfaithful, fickle, shallow, highly emotional, and unreliable. But nevertheless, I think that this is, as an energy, I'm moving away from the character of the prince at the moment. You see, he has a lot of Jupiter and Pisces in him. Now, Jupiter rules Pisces, and so we have very strong complementarity there. There's talk of inner contentment for you and great happiness, which radiates out to enrich those around you, either emotionally or spiritually. Now, there may be a time here where you do feel uncertain of yourself and feel that you can't get what you want in love and relationships. You may have a period of self-doubt. And in that case, it's quite okay to go and get the reassurance from other people. It's quite okay to know that you are the most splendid being that God has ever created, and who could reject such magnificence. You yearn for intensive interchange with those of like mind and like outlook. How can the interchange in your relationships be enriched, do you think? Seek your true family, the community in which you feel at home. There you will find the quality of communication you long for, and say to yourself, I am now finding the contact that I now need. Yes, as I say, there is a lot of inner contentment coming your way because of this card, and it is going to radiate out from you. Now, let's have a look at the Two of Coins. The Two. Well, this is the Lord of harmonious change. Right? It's really talking to you, I think, at the moment of going with the flow. And the change that's coming is bringing you back into balance. And you are, as a result, going to be feeling a lot better. This is Jupiter ruling the first decan of Capricorn, that 23rd of December to the 2nd of January. Now, Jupiter in Capricorn, now, although that's potentially inharmonious, because Jupiter is all about expansiveness and Capricorn is all about conservatism and practicality. But because we're so high up and we're right next to this ace, and we have the ace here, we've got the ace and here's the two, then I think this is all going to work out okay. There's no problem there. So there's transformation coming about here for you. And as I say, what I think this is saying is that for this particular period anyway, and this is a Russian deck, but there's no need to go causing a Russian revolution at the moment. Rather, you have to kind of learn to go with the flow in your life and trust in this process of change so that you might find harmony and balance. Now, constant changes in fortune can sometimes make things difficult to get off the ground. That's true, but there is nothing financially or materially set in stone at the moment, so there's plenty of opportunity here. I think this is also reminding you to make sure that your day-to-day affairs are in order. Yeah, I think that this is an energy of good management of your own practical affairs and finances. Now, it might sound like a bit of a drag getting on top of bills and on chores, but, well, sadly, they are as important as pursuing more enjoyable activities, aren't they? Now, your life is subject to a constant change which allows you to grow, extending and expanding you, ultimately enriching you. Give yourself up to the transformation with trust, is what I would say to you at this time. What internal or external changes are going on in your life? Where are you still clinging? And say to yourself, I trust in the harmony of my life and in the flow of my life. Every day, in every way, I am getting better and better. Well, then that takes us finally, I think, does it? Yep, to the Lord of Abundance. Well, the Lord of Abundance. What do you have to say to us? Well, the first thing is that I think this is Mercury in the second decan of Cancer, 2nd to the 11th of July. Well, Cancer is the most maternal of the signs, and well placed, I think, with this number 3. See, mystically, with the number 3, I have development, extension, almost like the birth, the gestation of a child, the pregnant woman, in a sense. So it's well placed with that number 3. And Cancer people, well, they can communicate with feeling, conveying a sensitive, withdrawn and thoughtful, gentle, intuitive nature, can't they? Well, I think what we have here really is the real push from Mercury, which is going to govern your will and your communications, into Cancer, which is about nurturing and nurturing yourself so you can express your feelings fully with people you are close to and which are going to enrich your life. There's an overflowing exchange of love, rare, valuable feelings and perceptions which can be communicated intimately. Maybe gatherings of family or friends at this time as well. You have something especially valuable to share. Be open for those people who can share these exquisite feelings with you. They are also a gift. You don't need to look for them. Are there any people to whom you have not yet outwardly expressed the love you feel for them? Give whatever you would like to now, in full awareness of your boundless richness, and say to yourself, today, life gives me everything I need to be happy. Well, what a fantastic spread of cards for you, Taurus. Well done. That's the way it is for you this month. Well, I, for one, really enjoyed doing that reading, and I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed providing it to you. Now, until I see you next month, remember one thing, and one thing always, and it is this, that you are a legend, and I look forward to seeing you again next month. Until then, it's bye for now.